I have two questions. The first, do you sell air cleaners? The second, do you want to add more profit to your bottom line? I'm going to show you a simple one-page tool that Air Purchase has developed for its dealers that has been adding profit to bottom lines going on 10 years now. Regardless of what type of air cleaner you offer, be it a Train Clean Effects, which is 99.98% efficient down to 0.1 microns, including the influenza A virus, or if it's an Aprilaire 5-inch media, which has a very high MERV rating and also more square footage of filter material than any other similar air cleaner in the market today, or if it's an electrostatic filter, which is much better than the 1-inch throwaway furnace filters that you find at your hardware stores, but not nearly as effective as the Aprilaire or Train Clean Effects. So regardless of what type of air cleaner you offer, the consumer is purchasing it for one reason or another. They're looking to solve problems. We know that 65% of all homes suffer from some respiratory illness. We also know that consumers want to remove irritating allergens from the air in their homes. They want to provide a cleaner indoor environment for their family. They want to reduce the amount of dust circulated in their home. And they also want to protect their comfort system investment. So these are just some of the reasons why consumers purchase an air cleaner. I'm going to show you that one of the easiest upsells in our industry today is if we sell a consumer on one of the reasons to purchase an air cleaner, they've made the commitment, they know they're going to buy an air cleaner, we should be able to sell them on variable speed fairly simply. But we need to show them. Remember, my series, Telling Isn't Selling, we need to show them. So, we've come up with a simple one-page document that will help you upsell that consumer. Let's break it down. Consumer wants cleaner air. As a contractor or salesperson, we've sold them on an air cleaner. Now we have to remind them that they need to set their thermostat to constant fan. Otherwise, we're only cleaning the air when the system is heating or cooling, and then in the shoulder seasons, we're not cleaning the air at all when the unit's not running. Now with Train variable speed on constant fan, our system operates at half speed. So our blower, based on a 3-ton 1200 CFM system, operates at 600 CFM on constant fan, or half the speed, removing more airborne particulates, because as we move that air slower across the media, we're going to take out more particles from the air. When CFM is cut in half, watts drop by a factor of 8. Let me repeat that. When CFM is cut in half, watts drop by a factor of 8, or we use less energy than a 40-watt light bulb. This is just amazing, and this is what really opens up the eyes of the consumer. So let's break down our fan savings. Let's look at our operating hours. We have 719 cooling hours in the Boston market. We have 2,384 heating hours. Now, this information can be obtained from ACCA's manual J-book. So we have a total heating and cooling hours of 3,103. However, when we look at the total hours available a year, 365 days times 24 hours a day, there's 8,760 hours a year. If I subtract the 3,103 heating and cooling hours, that leaves me constant fan hours of 5,657. So let's recap. 719 cooling hours plus 2,384 heating hours gives me 3,103 heating and cooling hours. I take that away from 8,760 hours a year. That leaves me constant fan when the unit is not heating and cooling. It's 5,657 hours of constant fan hours. Now, on a non-variable speed system, a typical split capacitor blower, I take that 5,657 constant fan hours times 0.7 kilowatts, that's the draw in the motor, times 14 cents a kilowatt, that's the electric rate. That unit, that blower, will cost that homeowner to clean their air, to have it set on constant fan, an additional $554.38 a year, which, depending on what that consumer purchased the air cleaner for, they might not care. $554 to have somebody who's suffering from allergies, less inflicted by the particles that are in the air, to reduce the amount of dust, it might be worth $554 a year to them. However, let's look what happens when we go to variable speed. With a variable speed unit, the same 5,657 constant fan hours, now my CFM's cut in half, my watts drop by a factor of 8, so now I'm only drawing 0.085 kilowatts times that same 14-cent a kilowatt rate. Now a variable speed unit only going to cost me, as the consumer, $67.31 a year. So let's take a look at this. My split capacitor standard blower to run on constant fan is going to cost $554.38 based on 14 cents a kilowatt. If I subtract my variable speed cost of $67.31, to go to variable speed, I'm going to save $487.07 a year on average. So if your upgrade to go from standard furnace or standard air handler to a variable speed is $1,500, $2,000, the payback is 4 to 5 years. That's amazing. We can't buy a 20 SEER system in New England and have that type of payback. So now, if you sell an air cleaner and do not offer the consumer a variable speed blower, I am going to tell you, you are doing them a disservice. For a copy of this tool, contact Air Purchases or contact your territory manager, and we'll customize a one-page document that will help you drive profit to your bottom line.